You never get out what you put into anything in life. This could be a skill that you're trying to learn. This could be a business that you're building. You never get out what you put into it. And that's totally contrary to what everybody is telling you. You'll hear everybody say, oh yeah, you always, no matter how much effort you put in, you're going to get exactly that much effort out. I'm going to give you a concrete example. So say I own a lawn mowing business. I'm going to mow lawns and I'm going to get pretty good at mowing lawns. For mowing lawns, there's not too much that you need to know to start out. And so you can start out and make a little bit of money, and then you'll start getting better and better at mowing lawns, weed eating. Maybe you start edging and stuff like that. You start getting good at the intricate aspects of it, the landscaping stuff. Now, when you first start, say you put in 8 hours, you're probably not really going to get that much for those 8 hours worth of work, because you're not good at what you do yet. You don't have the skills to do things quickly. You know, when you first get started learning to cook, it's gonna take you 5 minutes to dice up a tomato. And then you get really good at it and it takes 30 seconds for you to dice up that same tomato. It's the same thing in anything. Any business that you're building or any skill that you're trying to learn, when you first start, you're gonna put in a lot of effort and get very little out of it. So in that portion of it, your effort is high and your return is low. So back to the lawn mowing analogy. Say for instance, I'm really good at mowing and maintaining lawns. Now I'm like, okay, I've got a great little system going. I'm gonna hire a couple guys that can learn exactly what I do. I can teach them step by step exactly what I do and essentially double or triple my work. And that's when you're going to flip the equation for yourself. You were putting in this amount of effort and getting this amount of return. Now you're going to turn it up on its head and you're going to put in this amount of effort and get this amount of return. Now the issue is you never know when that equation is going to flip until it does. The best lesson here is you need to be relentless and you need to continue on whatever path you're on, whatever journey you're on. The issue that so many people run into is that they'll start on the journey, say I'm mowing lawns, I mow lawns for a month, I mow lawns for 2 months, and then I'm like, you know what, I want to start pressure washing. I see those guys make a bunch of money, so I'll start pressure washing. And I'll do pressure washing for a month or 2 months, and then I'll swap to whatever the next thing is. I'll go into, any number of different things. I'll go into 15 different things before I actually stick with one and see it to fruition. So I'm always going to be in that constant stage of the beginning where I've got this much effort and this much return, and I'm never building up to that position where I'm getting an outsized return for my investment. And so that's why it's not like Newton's third law in real life. You're never going to get the exact same back as what you put in. So to recap, when you first start anything, you're going to get this much effort in and get this much return back for that effort. Now, at some point in your learning and in this process of building, that equation is going to flip. You're going to put in a small amount of effort and get a large return back. And the reality is you don't know where it's at, and nobody does. Anybody that tells you, I know the certain point in time where you're going to start getting outsized returns for your investment, they're lying. Nobody knows, and every single person in process is different. So you just have to keep on pushing, keep on moving forward until you find yourself in that position where you're putting in less effort than what you get in return. And like your old degenerate gambler friend says, you only lose if you quit.